doing tonight? Welcome to episode 33 of Across the Board. Tonight I've got a little special outfit on, something a little different tonight, something I just got in the mail today. We got Trot in the house, we got Siberia in the house. How are we doing? There we go. Love all the little emojis there, Trot. Good to see you, Siberia. Great chat earlier today. Really appreciate the heads up on the issue there. But glad we got that sorted. Thank you. All right. So today is going to be super quick. Again, if you have questions, I will stay until all of your questions are answered. But outside of that, some small updates, but that do big things. It's going to make your experience on my site a lot faster, a lot smoother, a lot easier, and also going to help you raise your horses better. Again, but that being said, everything tonight we talk about is not financial advice. So, with that being said, we're going to dive in right away. We're going to get to it. Happy Kentucky Derby week, everyone. Hope you're out about enjoying it. And Nightbot, thank you for the heads up there. Tonight's stream sponsored by JG Web 3. Go ahead and drop him a follow if you're not. His stable star series, over 30 episodes. Great guy, great content. If you want to learn about how, some of the best stables in photo finish are performing, definitely give him a shout. Check that out. Can't say enough about it. So let's dive into the tools and what's changed in this past week. So first thing is what Siberia and I were talking about earlier today. This will affect Claiming Corral and Horse Hub specifically. So what we're looking at here in terms of kind of updates and changes are improvements to basically just the filtering. So now, if you want to filter by grade, before you'd have to say equals and you type in the value. Now it's going to pull in all of the relevant values for you. And all you have to do is select. And so let's say I want to look at S+. You'll notice how quickly that just switched. The blink of an eye, it's now automatic. You don't have to hit enter. You don't have to update anything. If you were browsing on mobile, you would have to change either the entry size or hit return. It was very clunky. That is fixed now. So we're getting like instantaneous, boom, now we'll switch over to B, done. Updates and changes there on these filters. The other thing is we'll get rid of this. We'll add a filter for, let's look at, what do I want? Podium rate. Before it was not handling the decimals very well. That was due to the way the server was processing the data. That's been fixed. So we're going to say greater than or equal to 0.51. And now we have all horses with at least a 51, greater than a 50% podium rate. And we can also look at, let's see, we can sort by price then and say, hey, here's the cheapest with a 51% podium rate. Here's one for 5,000. That's 4 years old, male, 3, 2.5, 2, LDS, boom. Find it very, very fast. So you're going to notice some speed improvements there in terms of how quickly the filters will... Oh, we're going to move this chair up just to see the shirt a little better. In terms of just how much faster it's going to work and load. And also just very specific. So like with that grade example, again, it's only going to pull in specific grades that are existing within the database, in this case, the Horse Hub, so all horses on the marketplace. So super, super excited about this. Faster, cleaner, easier to use. The other big update that I want to share with you tonight is, I'm going to just pull this up quickly just in case. Where is that? There we go. Go ahead and we're going to pin this. All right, the other update I want to share with you tonight is we are going. We are live there. All right, I just want to pop out so I can see that chat over on X. Is to Horse Hub. To horsepower. So the horse that I want to be, I'm going to use for this example is a horse from DeFi Bookie Stables, just because I think it illustrates this better. But the changes that were made, and this may be a little controversial, but I removed miles per hour from all of these charts up top and at the very bottom, your races. The reason why I did that is I feel it's a little overrated, and looking at that in isolation like that, I didn't think was very helpful. I think speed metrics in isolation are overrated within photo finish. I'll leave that at what it is. But so along with kind of removing that, cleaning up some of these columns up top, just to make it easier to look through. And we'll go ahead, we'll zoom in here so you can see it a little cleaner. But it's also going to, we're going to have our kind of red and green and white in more areas of the page now. So your fleet figure early, mid, and late is now going to be red, white, and green. Your average finish percent, along with having, you know, the same scale across the board, we're going to have red, white, and green as well. So if you know you're in the green, that means you're running pretty well on that type of surface. If you're in the red, that's probably not maybe the best. If you're in the white, it could go either way, but you're probably not going to be profitable. So kind of the way I think about this, or the way I look at this, is that if you are in the white and you don't have a large sample size and you don't know where to go with the horse, one, it could just be not a great horse, but two, it could be, hey, maybe I need a little bit more data here, but that could also just be where your horse lives. You'll notice improved colors on the fleet figure and profit scale as well. Those will adopt the red and green too. And then finally, the races down here. This is old. You could click it and it will load the race for you. So take you right to the race page if you want to look up specifics there. But it's also now sorted by fleet figure instead of by date. And you can change the sort. You can change by anything you want. But if you want to, you know, again, isolate those best races, those best fleet figure races first, allowing you to do so and do so more quickly. So if I were looking at this horse right now, well, we've got Cheeky G up. We'll type in bet slip blitz. We're kind of walking through how I would do some of this analysis. And give it a minute while it loads up. Chat, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in. Again, I will... Oh, we did full of. That's why. Be sure to answer them, and I will go until all... I will not go until all questions are answered tonight. But if you don't, that's cool too. I'll get out early. Enjoy my evening. And it looks like some of you, of the few of you that are in here, did not necessarily see the little hint I dropped on X. I'll just leave it at that. Won't say anything else. FaceTG says, had to come mobile desktop. Won't let me chat. Weird. Very weird. Desktop won't let you chat. Huh. Very odd. Very odd. Thanks for that, Twitch. Appreciate that. Well, glad you made the switch. Thanks, Faze. Appreciate you coming over. All right, so this is going to be a very, very simple high-level example. But I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to click the S- here. So I'm going to look at bet slip blitz. So it's currently age 4, S-, LDS 333. And I can see here, again, using the red, I think this illustrates the red, white, and green pretty well. That, hey, this is a soft horse. Run on good. This horse did not do well. Yielding and soft did pretty well. Sloppy was not great, but there could be other kind of factors at play. Grade 3, it did well, but I see this one above. That was only one race. Stakes didn't do too much worse, but we're in the white, so maybe not the worst thing there. This graded at 71 was not good. But however, non-benchmark, we did all right. And looking here, I can see fleet figures have improved. Finish percent went down. That's a great sign. But didn't have much profit in terms of Derby at age 3. And then I can see here 6 crushed it for fleet figures compared to all S- horses, and did pretty well too in terms of the speed there. So we'll go ahead then. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say, well, okay, I get an idea of where not to go. What could work? If I do grade 3, you know, yielding soft, I could have some success there. But, you know, what I talked about last week was just switching on the podium. And in switching on the podium, the picture becomes that much more clear. So we've got 6 races at 6. And then we can see, well, 3 of those 6 ended up on the podium. 1 out of the 7. So 7 is, it hit. It didn't do great for me. So I'm just going to narrow down that distance from 4 to 6. We didn't run 4 and 5, so I can just leave those on there. And now I can see, okay, well, I thought 6. Now let's look at what led to actual podiums at 6. And now I can see, okay, yielding and soft, stakes, non-benchmark races. And look at this, profit and higher profit than what I had before the filtering. So yeah, 6 looks pretty strong. If I were to continue to run this horse, very quickly identify, 6 looks like a great place for me to go. So yeah, exactly. Absolutely, FaZe. Let me know what the horse name is. Yeah, feel free, chat. Drop in horses if you have questions about them. But yeah, again, I'm trying to make this easier at a glance for you to look at and say, oh, okay, fast was not good. Soft was good, with the kind of standardized charts on the left-hand side, as well as now the colors. You'll get more colors across here. Looks like a pretty strong, consistent runner throughout. Average position of 2 in pretty big field. So yeah, this looks good. This horse retired. It's a female at age 4, so can't really see how it went. But I think it's a good, quick example of how to utilize these changes. Zeno, and then Aperol Ocean. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go Zeno here. And we're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna swap out the grade and the distance to make sure we get everything. Oh, and we're gonna go whoop. Close that out. Let's see here. We'll just reset all of those stats. Pull up Zeno. There we go. There we go. So again, I'm going to flip that to A. So again, now pretty clearly we can see, okay, wow, this maiden race did well. Soft seems to be favorable. Yielding, not so good. So maybe the other side of that yielding may not be great for this horse. It is RTS, 2, 2, and 2.5. So, and then we have that filter on there. So maybe, it looks like maybe 9 had great speed, but not great fleet figures. 10, 11, 12 also struggled. So what I want to do now is I'm going to go just switch to podium and just see where you had success, because I'm seeing a lot of red here and I'm not seeing a lot of greens, especially in these late fleet figures. A lot of these are red. All right, so now we could isolate this. Looks like okay, so you got 1 maiden. Handicap was run on Sloppy. And that was at age 2, which is this age. So if we focus on now just Sloppy, what do you got? 7 and 12. There's a 4-horse race. Let's see. Let's look at your maiden. What was this? Of course, it's not going to load. This is an 8 out of 12 horse field. So okay, so past maiden, you went at 12. Late, okay, you podiumed there. And then you also did 4-horse race. You got 3rd with lower fleet figures. So I would lean more towards 12. So now let's get rid of let's go to all. You had 2 races at 12. Let's see what this shoots up to. So then there are 5. So we're just going to jump to 12. Yeah, it looks like performance really fell off at 9, 10, 11. Okay, so at 12, claiming, so handicap, maiden, stakes not as good, 1 soft, 4 sloppy. I don't think this horse looks super strong. I'm just going to be honest. But where you've had success, I think, is in this 12 range. I would not consider racing it at this age. It could come into its own in year 3, year 4, and it could be doing better. But this isn't a horse I would necessarily push hard right now. When to consider horse a bad racer? I mean, I would say if you have nothing to show in age 2, I would worry a little bit. You have a sign of life. I'm not going to say this is a strong one, and I can't guarantee anything, not financial advice. But I would see what happens come age 3, how this performance changes. I would continue to run handicap. I would get out of claimers. You can't run maiden anymore. Handicap 12, age 3, see what happens. I would consider parking this horse right now. Brett Smith in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Brett Smith 69. We got corgis in here. We have corgis. What's up, Bags? Over on Kick. Appreciate you being over there. How you doing, Bags? And yeah, I've been trying to hone in on 12, but no success. So yeah, I personally would pause until 3. Then even if you want to try. If not, I don't love what I'm seeing here. Siberia says, nice. Appreciate you stopping in, Bags. Thank you. How would you, sorry, Siberia says, I have a donkey. Not sure to do with it. Aperol Ocean. So again, we'll just kind of reset. Aperol Ocean. All right, we got that weird 0 in there. I wonder if that was a different type of race. So we'll filter there. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of red and a lot of high whites. And I'm seeing low speed, low fleet figures, even with the S- filter on. I'll check out Sagittarius in a minute here, Bags, for sure. Yeah, I don't love this horse. I would not continue to run it. You've done so 7. I mean, you could try the sprint distances. I'd want to look at Bloodline to see what's in there, but I would say only if both parents are looking strong at those short distances. Otherwise, I would not. Yeah, this horse feels like a donkey. Switch that back to all, and we'll pop over to yeah, you've got a 33 3 races at 11, but you're still not overall, you're not running it super strong. Let's just see what happens when we go to our podiums. Actually, we're just going to dial this in and just say 11. All right, so yeah, Claimer did not do well. Maiden did not do well. Your allowance race was interesting. 733. You ran a 66. So yeah, maybe just looks just like a super weak horse. If you could get into another allowance, if you have the budget to do so and you really want to, try it, see what happens. Especially on the sloppy, get away from that good. Race on preference allowance, just to see what, if you want to, what it could look like. But I don't have super high hopes there. Look up Sagittarius. Bags over on Kick. Bred for distance. So most cases, a good horse tend to show signs of. Some horses do show signs of life at 2. Others really haven't come into their own until later. That really just depends on, in my opinion, anecdotally, that comes into a little bit of the parents and the bloodline there. It can be, it can be different. There are very few like hard, steadfast rules, or like when it comes to that kind of thing. And chat, yes, if you are, whether you're on X, Kick, or Twitch, tonight's giveaway, anyone can enter. And looks like I've got no, Sagittarius is up. And what was I going to say? If you have questions, whether racing, breeding, general, otherwise, drop them in any channel. I am here and I'm watching all. Sagittarius. Hey, you got a podium at 6 with Sagittarius. That's not horrible. Ooh, that's high even without it. So is that. We're gonna flip that to S-. We're gonna drill down on 6 and see what we got here. Yeah, that fell off. That's sad. That is sad. We'll go 6 and 6. And so the way that, again, like my tool horsepower is built out is it doesn't just say, hey, at this distance you do this, or at this race type you do this, or at this, track preference you do that. It allows you to kind of shift and piece the different things together so you can see what actually works in terms of the different combinations. Because I think, just the combinations are key, and just looking at it in isolation, I think can definitely hurt a little bit. So no one has entered the giveaway yet. Does anyone know? Does anyone know? I'll just do a little stretch here. That felt good. All right, so at 6, allowance. Okay, you're maiden, get rid of that maiden because I just don't love them, because you can, once you're out of maiden, you're out of maiden. Allowance, sloppy, 6. I'm really curious as to what this. How does that change then? Once we get that maiden out of there. Ooh. It's not looking great. Not a great fleet figure for an S-. Who was in this race? Oh, a lot of S's and S-. Try it maybe if you want, but I don't love it. Oh, you are so close, Metaverse Noise. You are so close. You are just really, really, really close. Ticket. Yeah, no, there's no ticket. You just have to type it. You just have to type it. Yeah, I definitely see that, Bags. I definitely see that. Metaverse Noise, you are so close, but so far, just gonna do one more stretch. If you know, you know. All right, we got let's see, who was check in chat. Didn't think that's right either. Just copying. Trot's losing his mind in chat right now. Rough Trade. Yeah, we'll check out Rough Trade for sure. We'll just refresh. It's the fastest way to remove all the filters. You can hit back on the bottom too. Oh, it is. Metaverse Noise, you just got even closer. It's a to give you a hint. It is a part of an NFT project that I am involved with. Let me see if I can just raise my seat up a little higher. Oh no, I can't. Go any higher. There's no tickets. Close, Bags. It is not PFL. It is that's a good guess, but it is not PFL. Ooh, FaZe is getting closer. Not trade fight, Trot. Oh, FaZe, you're close. You are FaZe. Over on Twitch is the closest so far. FaZe is the closest. Oh, Metaverse Noise also very close. Trot also very close. Man, this is really heating up now, chat. All right, Rough Trade. Let's check this out. Let's flip on the S. So you've got one race at 5. What was this race? You did not necessarily do great speed-wise. And that's the only place you've podiumed so far. So you've run 4, 5, 6. You're running all different types here. Your best fleet figure was a 66 at that 6. What was your 5? That was a 63. Ralph Lauren, not bad. Trot, not bad. Boran Asham Stanley, thank you so much for the follow over on Kick. I really, really appreciate that. I know I'm live everywhere right now, but those of you who, like on or follow on Kick, greatly appreciate it. Kentucky Derby Polo. So, well, that's a fun guess. Star Atlas. No, another great guess though. Muzzle Run. No, already guessed. Burnsy Ranger shirt. I love it. Temple Stables. Good guess. Gonna stretch nice and wide here. Just just got a little workout in today. Yeah, there was a collar. There's a collar trot. It is a real team though. It is involved with an NFT project, but it is a real club. I will say that. Let's see. No one over on X chat. It's looking like. Okay, so rough trade. You have one race here at 5. You got 63. How many horses? 4 horses. So that's what makes this tough, right? Because you had such a small field. So I wonder if, and these are much bigger fields. I mean, you can't really, you could try and get in smaller fields, but I wonder if that has something to do with it for you. And looks like you did that off preference. We'll just switch to podium just to confirm. Oh yeah, because you're 2.5 and 1. So you're going to be a little bit all over the place there. It is not Footium. It is not Star Atlas. It is not Muzzle Run. It is not PFL. I will say all of that. Guesses have been great. The guesses have been fantastic. Nothing Kentucky Derby. I'll give you another hint. It is not the Z word. It is not DNA. Let's see what we got here. We got 5 and a 6. Yes. Okay, so there's your sloppy. That was 9 horses. What is this 6? This is intriguing to me. So again, with the simple switch of podium to true, identify what worked. It was one race. It was a stakes race. It was technically on off preference. Your 5 was on. Oh, there's a spider on my seat. I should get up. Is that what you said, Trot? Okay, I can get up. Where's Bucks Bears? Also great guesses. Where is this spider? I don't see it. Great guesses, Ty. Great guesses. So the 6 was off, and you ran a 66. Fast stakes. Interesting. Go to 5. And there's another 5. I mean, FaZe, you're close. Your letters are off. That was such a reach of a guess, FaZe, but I appreciate the effort. That's actually very close. Oh, Trot, we have a winner. We have a winner in chat. Trot on Racing. Congratulations. It is a Futera United kit that I just got. I'm going to finish this. Trot is our winner. He's the first person I saw in chat to put that up. Temple, you were so close. Ty, you were so close. That's those spiders. Gotta blame those spiders. All right, so let's look at the 5. Sloppy stakes. So it looks like 5, 6. Like that's probably your distance-ish. I'm not loving what I'm seeing here on speed or fleet figure. But try and run those on. Again, if you have the budget, if you want to. He's still young. It could be of interest. I'm not seeing super strong indicators here, though. Not seeing super strong indicators. But yes, I said that... that anyone who guesses my my shirt tonight will get a free Colt from me. So Trot, let's chat after. I will give you a few options of some Colts I have available. They will be ready to race next season or the season after. But yes, Futera United, it is another project, a project that I really enjoy. I haven't been as directly involved with lately, but I just won this. This is one of their jerseys from this season. So super hyped about that. Trot, we shall chat soon, friend. Congratulations. Look out for other fun little giveaways like this for random things on stream coming out in the future. But congratulations to Trot. Ty, I barely remember how to spell it. Yeah, FaZe just guessed. So a lot of horses we're talking about tonight, like kind of on the edge. They're young. They've won or placed maybe a race or two, podiumed a race or two. Nothing super, super, super strong. There could be potential, but nothing I feel like super excited about. So again, depending on how you're set up, depending on your goals, depending on how you've been running, if you want to, try it, go for it. Not financial advice. I will not guarantee any sort of results or continuation of results. But definitely considerations and thoughts to have going forward. Anyone else have any questions? Hopefully, Superfecta ticket does have better luck phase. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Just checking one more chat. Okay, we're good there. We're good there. All right, chat. Well, we've been live we've got a solid half hour in. We've got over 66 viewers right now. And I'm feeling good about that. I'm butchering this. NSC Stables, thank you so much for the follow over on Kick. Appreciate you. We are now at 61 followers. Rolo00, thank you for the follow over on Twitch. FaZe, great question. How am I approaching breeding as of now? Right now, a consideration that I have for breeding, and I'm going to say this, how do I want to start this? My consideration for breeding, or one way that I approached breeding this past season, pull up my site again here, was using the breeder board, and I was using the opportunity rank. So I was looking at the grade, am I going up in grade at least one? Am I matching the track preferences? And then the opportunity rank, which is at the bottom here right now. Again, it's a metric of potential. It's not a guarantee of success. But it was kind of one way I was considering looking at horses and how they were running. Now, with that being said, I'm not even showing my screen. Let me show my screen. So if you go to the breeder board, which I'll throw in chat. Go down to the bottom, go down to the sires, the opportunity rank. Opportunity rank it looks at profit, entry fee, races, amount of offspring to identify potential opportunity for quality studs. By no means is the best stud, but a way to potentially identify opportunities in the market, NFA. So it gives kind of some preference to some lower grade horses, but some of those also have very, very small sample size. So if you look here, Latvia, currently ranked number 1 for, LDS, but only has one horse. That horse has 41 races with a 39% win rate. So like, hey, that's a monster. Could other horses in the future be monsters? Absolutely. Could they be duds? Absolutely. There's more that goes into it than just that stud. So something to consider. But I was using opportunity rank for my last round of breeding. Now, next season, things are going to change a little bit because I ran a very intentional, and this is a very long, drawn-out breeding experiment. Thank you, Gulf Coast Racing, for the follow over on Kick. Really, really appreciate that. Number 62. Very, very intentional, very long, drawn-out. A theory that I've been testing. This is months in waiting. And if that theory gets proven to be, I'll say, not even just true, but strong, then I will be looking at that going forward. I will also be sharing that with everyone. Very openly, I will explain exactly how I did it. I will leave no secrets behind, nothing left for you to guess or think about. I will very extremely deliberately tell you exactly how I did it and why I did it. All details. But that's if it comes to be true. The reason why I haven't really talked about it much publicly yet is because I don't want to mislead anyone. That is absolutely the last thing I want to do. So if you're interested in learning more about it now, want to take a few stabs at guessing what it could be, check out the horse origami. And that is a horse that is a part of this process. It's one of my horses. FaZe TG says sort by full win rate. No, it is not a sort by full win rate. If we go back to the opportunity rank, So you can see there's 39, 33, 21. There's a 15% in here. Then it goes to 32. It is much more than just full win rate. Much more than just full win rate. But you also get, your prime time is up here. Morpheus, Benedict, Durban Poison, Baraghost, Shockwave is up here. And I believe there are like 1,100 studs ranked. So, if you're in the top 100, it was kind of a barometer. Again, that's not definitive, but that's just kind of a general metric I was using. But it also, the angle I wanted to go with that was, are there lesser grade horses that are breeding well? Let's present them to people, because then that could allow them to breed quality and also do so at probably a more affordable price than just breeding them with the super high S's. All so that's kind of what goes into that. And that's why it's much more than just win rate. It has to deal with profit and just a few other performance metrics as well. But great question there, FaZe. Any other questions about breeding, racing, anything else tonight? Otherwise, we will go ahead and log. But chat, let me know. I'm going to check X, Kick, and Twitch, and YouTube. If you have anything, let me know. Great question, FaZe. Great question. So yeah, hopefully, within a few weeks here, I'll have some data and I can share that. Whoa, camera. Share that strategy with you all. Trot says no question, but very excited for this Fool's Day. Hope we have some better luck on the track. Hope you do too, Trot. Hope you do too. FaZe says, do you slow breed one grade above, or are you just breeding with the best stud available, regardless of slow or fast breeding? I started off slow breeding within like 1 or 2 subgrades. I've also done some fast breeding, and I've had some success there. I think now that we're a few more generations in, the whole argument of slow versus fast breeding is a little more null, and you really just go for quality, and we're starting to see stronger signs of quality. There can be slow breeds that are amazing. There can be fast breeds that are amazing. There can be slow breeds that are horrible. There can be fast breeds that are horrible. One thing I would, really consider in your breeding strategies is, going vertically as well as going horizontally. So when I talk about going vertically, what I mean by that is the grades that you are breeding with. So how high up are you going? Are you going up, 1 subgrade, 2 subgrades? Are you going up 4 subgrades? Are you going from a B to an S? And then not in terms of what are you breeding with, but what could that potential outcome be? So are you going to end up then with an S or an S minus horse that will eliminate a lot of those horses down below in the lower grades, unless you want to breed with them. So as you go up in grade, in theory, if you want to keep moving up, you're eliminating everything that's below you. So you really need to consider that pool and who's available up at those grades. Now, it's much less of an issue now than it was before, but still, I think a consideration that should be made. So that's the verticality of it. And then going horizontally is that the width of that pool. So how many people can you breed with? Do you have 1 of 1? Do you have 2 1 of 1s in your bloodline? And that's going to greatly reduce your the amount of people or studs that you can breed with. So if you end up shooting up to have, again, this is an extreme scenario, but if you have a S grade horse with 2 1 of 1s in it, and 1 of 1s in it recently, in theory, that limits your breeding pool significantly. Versus if you minimize those 1 of 1s, maybe go up slow breed, take your time getting up there, then you can be up higher and have a much wider pool to go more horizontally. Maybe then you can choose to bring in a 1 of 1, or that 1 of 1 blood that you're bringing in is much further down at a great grandparent level than at a parent level, and that will be weeded out soon. So it's not something you have to worry about too much. So that's my barometer for breeding is like, what will this allow me to do? What will this take away from me? Is shrinking the size by adding 1 of 1 is that then do I stay low? Do I go high? How do those things play together? So, playing very much kind of 2D in that regard. Mo knows in the house. Mo, how are the travels going? Thanks for popping over. Appreciate you. But yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. Do you have one thing you look at in every stud candidate? Good question. I haven't been asked that before. Almost everyone, I don't think everyone, but almost everyone has been at least one subgrade higher. Some have been very few, but that was intentionally. Have been same grade, maybe a subgrade below. But typically, I'd say 99% of the time, 95% of the time, I'm looking for an increase in grade. And I will, the other thing I'll just look at is if the performance is just horrible, like they have maybe 10 offspring and very, very low win rate, I will pass that up most frequently. I would say those are my two consistent strategies that I'm looking at almost every time. That answers your question. But I don't look at speed. I don't look at offspring win rate. I may consider that. Number of offspring, I may consider that. The wrap, I consider that now. But there's not like one, silver ticket, golden ticket metric that I look at and say every horse I breed with has to have this. That's not the case. Mo says we'll be in Kentucky Friday. Nice, safe travels. Car broke down mid trip. Oh, on my back through New York from Connecticut. Hope those repairs aren't too bad. And safe travels, Mo. Safe travels. Yeah, no. Don't worry about questions. Keep them coming. If you have more, ask more. When do you choose to introduce one of one? Good question. Questions have been great, Face. Questions have been great. So if I won't say exhausted breeding strategies, but if I feel like, hey, I've hit, some good strategies for myself, in the first few seasons of breeding, then I'll say, okay, I'm really just building up like strategy sample size. I will then say, okay, now we can consider one of one. And along with that, partially just because it was Gen 0 and going from like Gen 0 and higher, now there are other generations out, other opportunities to breed. I feel slightly less concerned about breeding with one of ones. I'm more likely to include it if it's on a grandparent level versus parent level, or higher on, just because it'll be phased out quickly. But yeah, so I'd say I focus on my core, I guess, strategies first, and then kind of go from there. I saw your post about that. Glad you got your car in your dream color, Mo. Yeah, absolutely meant to be. Is there a strategy that you've used in the beginning that still holds true now? Yes. But I don't know if it holds true. But if all goes well this next season, what I'll be sharing on is a strategy that I did in the very beginning. It was based off of a theory that I had. One of my very first breeding theories. So there's a chance that it will continue. I do have some evidence that shows that those same types of horses will hit the podium more often than horses that are not genetically like them. But again, I want to be a little bit more sure before I share it. Exactly. Get that superfecta win. I hope anyone watching my stream tonight gets that superfecta win this weekend. That would be awesome. I would love that. Anything have to do with preferences? Yeah. So I definitely am pro matching track preference. I'm definitely a star maxi. I think there's a little more to it. I'll say that. Yeah. Look at Jishin. Look at his sister, who I believe is Team Money. Look at Origami. Look at those horses. Any other questions? Great questions, Face. Great questions. Great question. Make sure we got nothing over on X. All right, I think we may turning into a star guy. Nice. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I've preached stars. I've shown data on stars. And I just think if you can go for it, go for it. I think they make a lot of sense. So I say if there's a breeding strategy that I really feel strongly about is I'm a big star preference guy. Absolutely big. All right, chat. Well, I think we will log for the evening then. Trot, congratulations on the victory. Guessing that I'm wearing a Futera United shirt. Just got this in the mail today. Trot, let's chat. I will send a Colt over your way shortly. No problem. Thank you for tuning in. Look out for more fun little giveaways like this for little random things. Yeah, absolutely. This is a big part of why I do these streams is to answer. I have a lot of data and knowledge that I am sitting on, and any questions that people have, I will more than happily do my best to answer them. That's why I like doing these streams, create an opportunity, a forum for people to interact, to get their questions answered. And again, I'll answer them as best as I can. But I'm super excited for next season and hopefully sharing some big things with you all around that. All right, chat. Well, I will catch you later. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you